Mr. Chairman, I also just wanted to give you a heads up that council members Jones and Patoka are with us. They're not physically here, obviously, but they are online and participating virtually tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Boswick. Is there a motion to approve the journal for the meeting of November 6, 2023?
Second.
Thank you. Is there a second to the motion? Second. Okay, all in favor? Aye. The journal is approved. Enrollment of bills. Bills 7723, 7823, 7923, and 8023 were passed by the council, signed by the executive, and are hereby enrolled. Bill 7323, which was passed by the council, is also enrolled. Mr. Secretary, will you now please read all bills for introduction?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. First bill for introduction this evening is Bill 90-23, Current Expense Budget, Access to Justice, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Next is Bill 91-23, Current Expense Budget, Sexual Assault Kit Testing. Next is Bill 92-23, Personnel Law of Baltimore County. Bill 93-23, Bond Ordinance. Bill 94-23, the Plumbing and Gas Fitting Code of Baltimore County. Bill 95-23, Development Management. Bill 96-23, Development Management. Bill 97-23, Development Management. Those three that I just read are very similar bills introduced by the administration. Bill 98-23, sponsored by Councilman Patoka. Zoning regulations, uses permitted DR 5.5 zone, Central Community Hub. And Bill 99-23, sponsored by Councilman Catch. Zoning regulations, uses permitted RC2 zone, water treatment and plumbing services shop.
Thank you. We'll now move on to the final reading and vote of the bills. Mr. Secretary, first item, please.
First, Mr. Chairman, is Bill 81-23, sponsored by Council members Marks and Crandall, demolition of unsafe structures.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the members? Councilman Crandall.
You look good up there, Councilman Marks.
Thank you very much.
Your chair. I don't know your official title this evening, but I just wanted to thank you for your leadership on this issue. I believe that, unfortunately, I had to step out of the work session last week to attend a community event, but I think that the spirit of this legislation is to give code enforcement a tool and an expeditious way to deal with structures that the Director of PAI may deem unsafe, and take some of the bureaucracy that sort of plagues the department when they're trying to tackle issues such as these. And it's been my experience in 9 years now on the council that each of us in our districts have run across problems like this, where it's a problem property, it's vacant, and it is an unsafe structure, usually within a neighborhood. And the hurdles that the administration has to go through in order to get rid of a plague on a neighborhood like the one that I'm describing can be quite cumbersome and take a long time. So again, thank you, Councilman Marks, for your efforts on this, and I'm happy to be a co-sponsor.
Thank you, Councilman Crandall. Are there any other questions or comments from the members? I'd like to say something. First, I'd like to thank the administration for working with us on this bill. This bill provides an alternative, accelerated process for removing unsafe structures. It's an alternative to condemnation. I believe there are appropriate checks and balances for property owners, and I believe this will help us ultimately produce safer, more livable communities. So thank you to the administration. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Bill 81-23.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Mr. Ertel? Aye. Mr. Crandall?
Aye.
Mr. Young?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Catch?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Thank you. Bill 81-23 is passed. Next bill.
Next, Mr. Chairman and members of the council, is Bill 82-23, sponsored by Council Members Catch and Patoka, Speed Monitoring Systems, School Zone Definition.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the members?
Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Catch.
Thank you very much. Just very quickly, the purpose of this bill is to have Baltimore County adopt the state law when it comes to speed cameras in relation to our schools. What this does is we're now adopting the state standard, which allows the use of speed cameras within a half mile of a school. There are schools in Baltimore County where the problem, the safety of our children is in jeopardy because right now the county will not place speed cameras in places where the speeding is actually occurring. So this bill will allow that to happen. Mentioned Catonsville High School, where there was an exception made to the county policy, and seems to be working on Rolling Road. So this would allow the county to put speed cameras where they're going to be the best places to protect our students who are going to school or going home from school. So thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions or comments from the members?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Councilman Patoka.
Thank you. Councilman Couch, I just want to acknowledge your leadership on this issue. Speeding has been the number one issue that I hear at community meetings, and it wasn't like that 5 years ago. It's been ramped up, and so we need more capability and flexibility with speed cameras, because to tamp down speeding, there's 3 ways you can do it. You can do it through enforcement, you can do it traffic calming devices, or you can use cameras. Given that we are still trying to catch up in the number of police officers that we have in our complement, Baltimore County, enforcement is difficult. I think we all know the difficulties related to traffic calming. So most effective way to do it, to change behavior for people that are heavy on the accelerator, is to reduce speed by changing behavior with more capability and flexibility with cameras. So again, Councilman Catch, appreciate you bringing this forward, and I'm happy to co-sponsor. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilman Patoka. Are there any additional questions or comments from the members? Okay, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Bill 8223.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Mr. Crandall? Aye. Mr. Young?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Catch?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Ertel?
Bill 8223 is passed.
Thank you.
Council will now consider all fiscal matters. Extensive testimony was taken at the council's work session on November 14th, 2023. The witnesses who testified at the work session are available to restate their testimony if needed. I will now call upon the Secretary to read the cover letter for fiscal matters 1 through 13.
Fiscal Matter 1 is a contract with Schlackman, Belsky, Wiener, and Davy, PA. Fiscal Matter 2 is a purchase order with Progressive Management Resources Incorporated. Fiscal Matter 3 is a contract of sale with Kolawol, Latif, Fadero, Babutund, Raji, and Noreen Olu Coyote Adenola as part of the Windsor Mill project. Fiscal Matter 4 is a contract with Noresco LLC. Fiscal Matter 5 is a contract with Clean Harbors Environmental Services Incorporated. Fiscal Matter 6 is a contract with Century Engineering LLC. Fiscal Matter 7, a contract with Absher Farms LLC. Fiscal Matter 8, a contract with Consolidated Services Incorporated. Fiscal Matter 9, a contract with ARG General Contracting LLC. Fiscal Matter 10, a contract with P2 Cleaning Services LLC. Fiscal Matter 11, a contract with McLam Services LLC. Fiscal Matter 12, a contract with Advanced Scale of Maryland LLC. And Fiscal Matter 13 is a contract with OMTC Land Unit 9 LLC, doing business as Marriott Owings Mills Metro Center.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Are there any questions or comments from the members? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve fiscal matters 1 through 13?
Move favorable on fiscal matters 1 through 13.
Second.
Thank you. Hearing a motion and a second, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on fiscal matters 1 through 13.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Mr. Young?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Catch? Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Ertel? Mr. Crandall?
Fiscal matters 1 through 13 are approved. We will now consider miscellaneous business items. Mr. Secretary, first item.
Mr. Chairman and members of the council, whenever a contract over $25,000 is awarded by a process other than formal competitive bid, it is required that a copy of the contract be given to the council and the nature and parties to the contract be announced by the secretary at the next legislative session following award. There are, I believe, 4 such agreements on the agenda this evening. The first is a purchase order with Microtech Designs Incorporated for the purchase of PLCs, or programmable logic controllers, for the pump cone valves at the Texas Sewage Pumping Station. This company is the local integrator that specializes in PLC pumping station programming. This is in the amount of $57,871. Next is a purchase order with Kelco Industrial Fabricators Incorporated. This is for the fabrication and installation of screening at the detention center. Award total of $71,476. Next is both a purchase order and supplier contract with Seal Analytical Incorporated. The supplier contract and purchase order is for the purchase of Seal Analytical AQ400 discrete analyzer, as well as a 5-year service maintenance agreement through Seal Analytical Incorporated. The instruments are used for the analysis of water and wastewater for regulated contaminants. The AQ400 discrete analyzer is the only analyzer with a 10 millimeter flow through, and the company is the sole supplier of this product. The award total for the purchase order is $51,622. The 5-year estimated award total for the supplier contract aspect is $33,930. And then finally, we have a supplier contract with Baltimore Hydraulics Incorporated, purchase of Hanna hydraulic cylinders and associated parts. The cylinders are engineered to work with the valves that are utilized at the stations, and no other cylinders fit the system. The 5-year estimated award total is $100,000.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, next item, please.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Next item, and members of the council, is Resolution 34-23, Baltimore County Water Supply and Sewerage Plan Amendment Cycle 41.
Thank you. I'd now like to invite Ms. DeAndrea Walker, who's Director of the Department of Public Works and Transportation. Ms. Walker, good to see you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Councilman Gatch.
While Ms. Walker gets herself settled, this morning, the county executive, the mayor of Baltimore, we opened the new bridge on Phoenix Road in Baltimore County, in the Sparks area of Baltimore County. And Walker was there. The head of Public Works from the city was not there, right? But the director of transportation from the city was there. And if you have a chance, and if you get permission from me to visit my district, you can see the bridge. It's really a beautiful bridge that fits into the environment of the area, which is truly a beautiful area, just like the rest of my district. I just want to compliment Baltimore City DPW, our DPWT, for the tremendous cooperation between the county and the city. I have constituents who had a number of issues with traffic directions, etc. And they were worked out, they were heard, and the problems worked out. And in fact, people from the community were there this morning and were extremely happy with everything that had happened. So when you have a chance, all seriousness, all you do is you take York Road north beyond Broadmead. On the right-hand side of the road is Phoenix Road. Take Phoenix Road. There are a few potholes, but I'm sure that will be cleared up. But sorry. But anyhow, the bridge is absolutely beautiful. As I said, aesthetically, it just fits right in. So please take an opportunity and see it. Bike trails there, and so much to see and do in northern Baltimore County. And thank you very much for all you do.
Thank you, Councilman Catch. Ms. Walker?
Good afternoon, members of the council, chair, and members of the council. The administration is bringing forth Resolution 3423, which amends our Baltimore County Water Supply and Sewerage Plan. The amendments to this plan are made annually and on an emergency basis in accordance with executive orders of April 11, 1990, July 22, 2003, and August 28, 2009. On July 20th, 2023, the Planning Board held an advertised public hearing on the request for these amendments to the plan and reported the results of the hearing to the county executive. As a result, the Departments of DEPS, Public Works and Transportation, as well as Planning, reviewed those requests and offered recommendations about those amendments. The Planning Board approved the amendment on September 7th. The county executive, of course, reviewed those amendments, and now we're submitting them here to county council for review. The amendments in the plan call for 1021 Carroll Island Road, which is a CP Crane Generating Station, parcel 155 and parcel 154. The current designation is W7 and S7, and the proposed designation for that is W1 and S1. And then the second amendment is 1021 Carroll Island Road, CP Crane as well, parcel 140, part 1, and parcel 140, part 2. And the current designation is W7 and S7, and the proposed designation for this is W3, S3. If passed, this resolution shall take effect at the passage by you all, the county council, today. I'll take any questions that you may have.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the members? Okay, I would like to briefly comment on this. This is in my district. The administration and I, along with our state and federal partners, have been working very hard to acquire this property as largely open space. When we've considered this before, I did not support this type of action, but I now believe that the negotiations are at an appropriate point where, irrespective of what happens tonight, the site will become a public open space. And I would like to thank the administration, in particular, our state legislators, our members of Congress, for all their support. Again, thank you, Ms. Walker, for testifying tonight, and I look forward to making that site largely protected parkland. Okay, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Resolution 3423.
We just need a motion and second on this
sorry.
particular item.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 3423? Motion by Councilman Catch. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Jones. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Resolution 3423.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Catch? Mr. Young? Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Crandall? Mr. Ertel?
Nay. Resolution 3423 is passed. Mr. Secretary, the next item, please.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is Resolution 35-23, sponsored by Councilman Catch. Updates to the Jacksonville Community Plan for introduction only this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, next item, please.
Next is Resolution 36-23, sponsored by all council members, and adoption of development and zoning manuals for introduction only this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, is there any further business to come before the council?
There is no further business, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So move. Second.
Okay. Motion by Councilman Katz, seconded by Councilman Jones. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Meeting is adjourned. As is customary, anyone who is registered to speak online prior to the meeting is allowed 3 minutes to speak. Ms. Belcastro, are there any speakers signed up for this evening?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we have 2 speakers this evening, 1 virtual and 1 in person. Our first registered speaker is Jira Churchill.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Churchill, pleasure to have you here tonight.
Ms. Churchill, you may unmute yourself and begin your testimony.
Hello?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Churchill, go right ahead.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm so sorry. I'm just calling from work. Yeah, so basically I just wanted to be heard on the issue of what I call predatory landlords. Landlords that when you rent the first time, they give you the option of your gas, your internet, everything else. But then as time moves on, they change that by taking it from you and your provider and making it whoever they want. Therefore, it causes unstable billing. Sometimes the bills are extremely high. I know mine in particular. I had BGE, and they took one portion of my BGE away without notifying me and gave it to another company. And my bills went from like $20 a month to like $80, and there's no accounting for it. I didn't know that they could even do this. And there are other billing practices with landlords, especially with people that live in affordable housing, where they're not notifying you of the decisions that they're making with your money, and they just make them. And then it makes your bills higher and higher and higher, and you're not sure why. So I feel like they should always notify the residents if they're making decisions to give us a choice to opt in or opt out, or at least when we're renting, let us know that this is a possibility that this could happen, and we may not have the option to opt in or opt out. So I just wanted to let you know what was happening in Baltimore County, and thank you so much for letting me speak.
Thank you very much, Ms. Churchill. Are there any questions or comments from the members? Okay, hearing none, our second witness is Mr. Linwood Jackson. Mr. Jackson, welcome.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Linwood Jackson. I live in Turner Station. I'm a returning Vietnam veteran. First, my heart goes out to all the casualties in these wars. In wars, nobody wins. Also, I am a retiree from Bethlehem Steel. I live in Turner Station. And first of all, I want to thank the staff for helping me to get all this information. Resolution 8801 formed the conservation team in Turner Station. And it was specific about what it was supposed to do. The very first item was flooding. So we got past that, and now we're on to something else. The thing that I'm finding very fascinating, I have all these documents that's sent to the community. And Baltimore County spent a lot of money on these surveys, from housing to all these issues, but they're not connected. When I say they're not connected, I cannot find anywhere any reporting or update on what happened, what transpired. So then you have this issue that now another group or nonprofit will come into our community and they start another survey. But they're starting at a new point in which they shouldn't. And I just believe that it's time for our young people in our community to get involved with this. And I was thinking that since we got all these documents, nowhere in the world your staff or the community can do it. Why not get an advisory committee that the young people that's homeowners, because most of this was written before they were born. So now they are operating in a vacuum, so to speak. And if we can come collectively and let the community buy into working with this situation on what has been done, what hasn't been done, and what needs to be done. Because this is all over the spectrum, from housing to water and all. And I just think it's just time we have to understand that flooding is here to stay. High prices of home is here to stay. We have to find a solution. So I'm asking the county to, because each one of these surveys, especially very interested on the charrette plan, that it told the community if you have any problem to get back with them and they can assist them. And I can't see where anybody kind of moved it forward. So if you can understand the position that the community's in, it would eliminate a lot of things like you were saying about the vacant houses. There's houses in Turner Station should be torn down years ago. But it's nobody reporting it. And even when I go to community meeting, they say, well, we don't know what to do, but you got to find something to do. So that's the way I see this. And plus, it's a historical community. And the thing that's so incredible, I try to purchase one of the properties that's vacant in our community, right? I talked to the seller. He kind of agreed, and then all of a sudden, he went another route. And it's people in the community that want to put their money together to buy some of these houses, like in a land trust or something to keep this going. Because we live in Dundalk, the greater Dundalk, and it's happening all through Dundalk. And I just need some guidance. I need to understand where we're going at with this. I mean, these are a lot of plans. So if there's anything that the council can do, the other thing that I'm adamant about my community, we have two of the best facilities in Baltimore County, the Fleming Center and Solid Point Multipurpose Center. When I ride by there and see those vacant rooms, the lights on, and nobody using it, I just think you can get a group together, maybe once a month, go over this, report back to the council, and let the council see where we need to go with this. That's, I reach out to my councilmen and other people, they say my email was too long. So is the Bible and the Constitution, but we read it. And this is what I'm saying. These documents is only good to these people in this room at this particular time. When you talk to the younger homeowners, they have no idea what this is. And we don't need to go. I just think collectively, all of this needs to be combined and find what did happen, what didn't happen, and we can move forward. Because I think in the last 2 years, we've had 2 nonprofits come in, and the community is getting tired of filling out surveys. So if we could collectively find a solution on, get back to the county council, say, this was done, this wasn't done, this needs to be done. But these organizations that come into these communities, they're great, but they're starting all over again. As a matter of fact, we got a meeting tomorrow with the flood committee. They're starting from ground one. And I said, now, wait a minute. Shouldn't Baltimore County officials have the data on how many floods it was, when the floods was? What we're doing now, we're going back to the resident and jogging their memory to see if they can remember when the flood was and things of that nature. I think that also the conservation team should have had the data. We shouldn't be working on this data when we should be working on solutions. It's just time spinning the wheels. So if anybody understands what I'm saying. Because up in Dundalk, the water comes down there and it floods that peninsula down there. And the first thing on 2003, they talked about flooding, and here we are in 2023, we still talking about flooding and drain. But if I just believe if somebody had read some of these documents, they would have known, say, okay, this is where they started, here's where we need to Even if you can find somebody in the community that want to volunteer to be on this committee, to chair it, come back and report it. But we got to do something because coastal flooding is here. The baby's here. It's not going anywhere. And I think that we got to do collectively and live in the real world in a real time. I go to Ellicott City because that's where my parents were born. 4 years ago, we couldn't go up there. Now they got these pools where they collect the water and all that. So that's where I'm at.
Well, Mr. Jackson, first, thank you for your service to our country. Are there any comments or questions from any of the members?
Linwood, always good to see you, sir.
Always good to see you.
Anyone else?
Mr. Jackson, Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilman Jones.
Mr. Jackson, if you don't mind, I'll borrow that line about the church and the Constitution being long and we still read them. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Jones. Councilman Cash?
Very quickly, thank you very much for your testimony.
Thank you.
Is there an active Turner Station Community Association?
Yes. We have the conservation team.
I'm sorry, what?
We have the Turner Station Conservation that is a product of 88-03 and 124-01.
I'm not familiar.
Okay, the conservation team was developed when the Department of Planning, through the resolution, started a conservation team, and we had meetings to find out what was needed, and then it reported back to Baltimore County, then they went from there. As a matter of fact, they took half of the staff on planning, and they spent 6 months in Turner Station. So that's why I'm saying that a lot of money's been put into this. And nowhere in the documents I can find where our community went back to the county and said, this is what we need, this was done, this wasn't done. Or I can't find anything where the council mandated the community, look, keep us updated on what you're doing. At least that will make sense of this money being spent on these. I mean, how many studies do you need?
Our County Administrative Officer, Ms. Stacy Rogers, wanted to say something.
Thank you, Councilmember Marks. Good evening. Good to see you.
How you doing?
The Conservation Corps is with an S. It's a multifaceted, community-based organization that takes on a number of issues and works together with other entities, whether it be the state. There's a project with the Army Corps of Engineers. Councilman Catch, is just a myriad of things. We're working on a project with the Conservation Corps on equity and access as far as connectivity, broadband connectivity, and a project that was federally funded through the federal program NTIA that will enable members of the community to learn how to access health care through telemedicine. So the Conservation Corps is like the core group in Turner Station that works on lots of things with Baltimore County. But I do acknowledge our presenter this evening in saying, well, what has been the outcome of these various projects? What's the status? Some of these go back well before our administration, but rightly so, if money was invested to try to take a look at those. And I think that's something that the organization, through the Conservation Corps and other entities, not just the Conservation Corps, that we could do that. I mean, there are things there now, certain things around housing. Of course, we're still working on those things. There have been a lot of positive things done through the community collaboration, and I'm sure Councilmember Crandall, Gloria Nelson is a lead person in the area that works with the county, various departments to carry out different projects. That's what the Conservation Corps, plural, is. It's an entity, community-based entity.
The nonprofit groups that are going around questioning the people in the community, if that's been done, I don't understand what is going on with the research that was done in the past. I'm sure conclusions have been reached and recommendations made. Would that be a true statement?
Well, I can't speak for any kind of surveys and things that were done prior to our administration, but there have been things done over the years. I just wanted to give you insight since you asked what the Conservation Corps, what that was. They have a website, great organization, really a catalyst for community engagement and involvement in many issues taking place in Turner Station, flooding, access to food in the area. They work with the senior center. It's a collaborative group. Now, there are things that have been done, but you'd have to connect it back to whatever report. And yes, there will be other surveys that come out because things evolve over time for the whole issue that we're working on right now. Federal money was available. We applied. We engaged the Conservation Corps. And now we're going to engage further community members who want to learn about healthcare access through telemedicine. Telemedicine wasn't an issue or something 10 years ago, but now it is a viable way for people to access healthcare more regularly. And this was something that really evolved during the pandemic. So we were successful. We were one of Baltimore County, in conjunction with Morgan State University, were one of like 90 awards in the country, and there were 400 and some applications for the money. And Baltimore County government, in partnership for Turner Station with Morgan State University, was a successful awardee.
It's always good to hear about communities who want to solve areas. It's really great. It's really great. There are a lot of very strong community associations who want to this is our answer, really.
The young lady is correct. There's a lot of positive things that happened at Turner Station. Sunday, the community fed themselves a Thanksgiving dinner. They utilized the multipurpose center, and they fed everybody. It was curb service. That's a good issue. But like the young lady said, they do a lot of things. But as a small group, they can't do everything. And I'm thinking that if you could just separate this part and let the community buy in. When you talk about surveys, we've had 2 surveys in 90 days. Green Space and Due East. And both of them were asking the same questions. And now the people get frustrated by saying, you got to give them the information. If you don't give them the information, we can't get it. My suggestion is after 52 years, and all the money I spent on my daughters go to college, and they bought houses, okay, let's get busy with this. Let's get busy with this. Find out where the broken parts are. Find out what we can do to improve the community. Let everybody buy into this.
Councilman Crandall.
So I just wanted to follow up on a couple things that Mr. Rogers said and Councilman Katz as well. The Turner Station Conservation Team, Linwood, as you know, Mr. Jackson, as you know, is a very vibrant community association. Been around for decades. Names that you might recognize, Mr. Jackson is more than acquainted with names, Gloria Nelson, T.D. Brooks is one.
Dunbar Brooks.
Had the honor of emceeing an event where certain
if not longer.
To be there and present her with that award. And I would agree that there are significant good things happening in Turner Station. I think things have been, when the steel mill left, the Turner Station is part of the rest of the start work there in Jackson, right? So it is a community not without challenges, but it is also a community that has tools and I think Mr. Jackson Martin, what he wants is very on the email. Is he wants her to act.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jackson. Thank you.
Oh, one more. For the last 15 years, we've been trying to get the crosswalks replaced on Solos Point and Avondale Beach and Avondale Road. That is the connection of all the other communities coming through our community. I put a request in a couple times and they said they were going to do it, but we really need those crosswalks. So if there's anything somebody can do, can expedite to have those crosswalks put in there, it will really be appreciative.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
And hope to hear back on the crosswalk.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Good evening.
Ms. Belcastro, there's no more speakers. With that, I would like to wish everyone a safe, happy, and healthy Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you. Take care.